In tales of ancient legend, whispers tell of a mysterious entity that unleashed the undead upon our realm. By day, the dead would slumber in depths of caverns, while people of many fought for survival. As night fell, they would emerge, crawling from the abyss below. Those unfortunate enough to be caught outside would be pursued by ravenous creatures. Skeletal archers with uncanny aim, and hidden within the foliage, explosive quadriceps. Alas, they weren't the most terrorizing of adversaries. Beside them stood their overseer, an enigmatic figure, whispered to haunt the very essence of the overworld. Some believe this being a specter, forever lurking within the shadows of our realm. Legends speak of his piercing, luminous eyes and his command over the supernatural forces capable of bending the fabric of reality and vanishing without a trace, born to raise fear to the overworld. Earliest accounts recall him silently trailing a woodcutter through a misled and dense forest at the base of a hill. Startled, the woodcutter got glimpses of his periphery, only for the figure to vanish upon further examination. Village elders were informed, and the woodcutter claimed further that this hadn't been the first instance. In the realm of whispers and hidden realms, Solren emerged from the depths, his name carried on through the ethereal winds. Enveloped in secrecy, he warned through cryptic letters not to reveal his existence. The mere utterance of his name was said to invite haunting echoes that would linger until the end of days. Thus, he became a whispered legend. In a land untouched by mortal hands, a magnificent surge of pure, unforeseen magic birthed a colossal portal from beyond the overworld, power realm, and the endless abyss. The very essence of this magic permeated the land, casting everlasting enchantment upon its every corner. From within this portal emerged a people adorned in skin of mesmerizing blue, captivating purple, and ethereal pink. Cloaked in robes of an ancient religion, they wielded staves infused with the very essence of their mystical realm, the Adrene. Their eyes, like portals to the divine, gleamed with irises of purest white, but their very celeria danced with swirling hues of a celestial galaxy. As the portal unveiled its magnificent bounty of beings, one figure stood out among the rest. The esteemed head grand enchanter Garcillian Trill, cloaked a resplendent robe of white and black, adorned with a delicate silver lining. Their presence commanded awe and reverence. With skin of a mesmerizing shade of mint blue, their stature exuded an air of wisdom and power. And upon his chest, a small yet captivating pendant, a black jewel at its heart, radiating an enchanting crimson glow. Truly, Garcillian Trill was a paragon of magical prowess and leadership in his mystical realm. These mystical beings sensed the ethereal presence that permeated the world, instinctively guarding Garcillian's ferocious pendant as it held a power beyond them. Yet instead of shying away, Garcillian felt a deep calling to personally confront the enigmatic entity behind it all. With unwavering determination, Garcillian rallied a select few of his kin, harnessing their collective magic to open a portal of lesser power. Through this enchanted gateway, they embarked on a journey to the nearest kingdom, Skyhold. Within the mystical land of Skyhold, a wondrous land adorned with ethereal floating islands, a population of approximately 200,000 thrives. The undead horde has yet to reach its borders, for the kingdom's defenses are as awe-inspiring as they are formidable. Stretching across thousands of miles, majestic walls rise, shielding the nation from encroaching darkness. Among them, the 5 fortress-lined walls stand out, a marvel of both magic and industry. These remarkable fortifications possess the ability to attract their eyes, guided by the flickering flames of enchanted narrations. Each wall grows increasingly fortified as it converges towards the mighty fifth wall, the heart of Skyhill's defense and where the mighty capital city resides. Emerging from the portal's embrace, Garcilian and his companions found themselves within the courtyard of a majestic Skelian palace. Encircled by the vigilant Skyhill guards, they chose not to resist. With a gentle lowering of their staff, Garcilian beckoned the others to follow suit. Yet a linguistic divide stood between the two factions, leading to a dance of perplexed expressions. Garcilian yearned for understanding and sought to cast a spell, weaving magic to bridge the gap. As the enchantment took hold, they implored the guards with sincerity, proclaiming their peaceful intent and beseeching an audience with the revered king. As the commotion echoed through the air, King Harmonious Everlight emerged from his grand palace and beheld the magnificent sight. Garcilian, his gaze fixed upon Harmonious, observed the king adorned in a lightweight, darkened armor, insinuated by a flowing white cape that trailed behind him like a celestial cloud. Atop his regal attire, a castle rested upon a floating island and a sword piercing upward, a symbol of his majestic regime. Despite the imposing appearance, Harmonious possessed a contuance of gentleness and warmth. To the surprise of his guards, the king strode forward, extending his hand towards Garcilian. In that simple gesture, Garcilian understood the king's intention, and a bond was formed between them, transcending words. Embracing the invitation, Harmonious and Garcilian delved into their concerns, intertwining their minds in a tapestry of strategy. Together, they wove a wondrous plan to vanquish the undead. Their gaze turned to the enchanting Creon Valley, where they would swiftly erect a fortress on the narrowest expanse as the undead advanced. With catapults posed upon the mountainsides, they would sever the enemy's forces, leaving him vulnerable and exposed. Impressively, the fortress remnant, a symbol of countless pieces that would forge their future alliance. A mere 5 days after Garcilian's triumphant arrival, the magic within them soared to new heights. With a touch of enchantment, they amplified the presence of the king's valiant soldiers, transforming them into an irresistible lure. From the depths of distant crevices, the undead emerged, their presence casting an eerie, intense atmosphere as night fell. Bated breath, they awaited the arrival of him, their malevolent leader. As dark clouds gathered overhead, a colossal thunderstorm unleashed its fury upon the impending battlefield. Suddenly, he materialized in a blinding flash of lightning, leaving the horde with electrifying power. Amidst the panic, the catapults were launched, their fate uncertain as the desperate struggle for survival unfolded. As mountains trembled, the projectiles clashed, triggering a cascade of mighty boulders that thundered upon the battlefield. In the midst of the dust, a profound hush settled, broken only by the torrential rain, but suddenly, the tranquility shattered as a deafening of lightning obliterated one of the fortress walls, searing the eyes and jolting the senses. And there, emerging from the field, he revealed a staggering sight. More than they could have ever anticipated, almost half of the fallen warriors remained. Harmonious, his sword held high, unleashed a fierce battle cry, urging his soldiers to charge. In a moment of pure chaos, they clashed with the undead, their weapons ablaze with determination. Meanwhile, Garcilian, wielding the legendary staff Weirfang Peace, drove it into the earth, unleashing a surge of raw magical energy. The ground trembled as a pentagram formed beneath its feet, while 5 more lined the sky, converging at the center, a beam of pure power. The release was cataclysmic, creating a colossal crater that spared the king's men and decimated the horde of undead in a magnificent display of destruction. He shifted his focus from the Skillian soldiers to Trill, proclaiming him as the ultimate adversary. With unwavering confidence, Garcillion advanced onto the battlefield. Shedding his robes to unveil a magnificent suit of armor, the thick wearfin bear hide draped elegantly around his shoulders, emanating a radiant silver-purple glow. Glowing gracefully, dark pink leather essence adorned his form, while a silver-blue belt held a treasure trove of potions and enchanting relics. Now fully prepared, he stood posed to ignite the flames of true battle. Recognizing the peril faced by the Skillian soldiers, Garcillion, with noble wisdom, urged Harmonious to rally his men and initiate a strategic retreat. Acknowledging the immense power wielded by Trill, Harmonious heeded the call and sounded the war horns, leaving all the mages on the field, bravely risking their own lives. The other mages, in a display of unity and reverence, positioned themselves in a semicircle formation around Garcillion, positioning him at the heart of their collective strength. Garcillion stood on the defensive and anticipated his move. Though he can't see him, Garcillion could still sense that he was getting a hateful stare. As expected, he charged. However, as he arrived, it was the same way how he attacked. A bolt of lightning strikes him and vanishes into the clouds, only to reappear, striking down behind Garcillion, sending a shockwave. Garcillion barely dodges the attack, only countered by summoning pentagrams that fire explosive projectiles. He goes spinning backwards through the air as the projectiles miss and returns by sending a continuous beam of lightning towards Garcillion. Seeing the incoming lightning, Trill twirls his staff and fires a corresponding beam only to be pushed back. As the battle raged on, Garcillion watched as his comrades began to join together, recreating his opening attack. Unfortunately, he recalled the magical rings. Believing this to be the end of him, Garcillion watched in horror as he disengaged and sent devastating bolts of energy at his companions, killing them instantly. Desperate and running low on mana, he resorted to a forbidden spell, one that would merge the minds of both Garcillion and Solrend. He cast it, merging the minds. Within Solrend's mind, darkness consumed everything. A glimmer of hope appeared. Two lights emerged. One purple, representing pure darkness, and one yellow, symbolizing bound light. Garcillion realized that he wasn't just fighting Solrend, but a soul corrupted and controlled by a demonic force. Through the bitter taste, he understood and was determined to save the innocent. Garcillion fought fiercely against the demon's influence, and in the end, Garcillion emerged victorious, shattering the chains that bound the light. As the leader of the dead fell, chaos erupted. The Horde, in all of its terrifying might, surged forward, overwhelming the king's army. In the face of this overwhelming force, Garcillion made a quick decision. He took the weakened Solrend and urged Harmonious to retreat to the portal where his people had entered. It was a truly wondrous sight as thousands of Adrian arrived in the mystical lands through the portal. However, their joy turned to sorrow when they witnessed the king's army crippled and Garcillion drained of his mana. In this moment of despair, the Adrian swiftly came to their aid, using their healing abilities to mend their wounds. Garcillion's people, following his request, took Solrend and began the process of restoring his mana, hoping to bring back the light in his spirit. With renewed hope, the Adrian gathered around Solren, ready to perform a powerful ritual to cleanse any lingering darkness. Their spell, never faltering, washed over Solren, attempting to cleanse him completely. As the magic subsided, Garcillion was the first to catch the spirit's gaze. When he awakened, he whispered, overflowing with gratitude, Arperion, now free from his curse, wholeheartedly conveyed his deepest appreciation to Garcillion and the Adrene. But in a moment of dire desperation, Harmonious approached Hyperion, beseeching him for guidance in vanquishing the relentless undead and safeguarding his own. They delved into strategy, with their hearts shattered as tragedy struck in the cruelest of manners. A soldier from Harmonious's own army, caught off guard, betrayed them all. With a single act of treachery, he took the life of the revered mage Garcillion and seized the pendant that held such meaning to their people. The pain of loss and betrayal consumed them all in that fateful moment. Fury ignited within the Adrene as they grappled with the bitter betrayal inflicted upon them by those had selflessly aided. Harmonious, desperate to absolve himself, pleaded his innocence, his words falling on deaf ears. The tension reached its breaking point as the Adrene prepared to unleash their wrath. But a moment of sheer bravery, Hyperion positioned himself between the warring factions, declaring this was not the path aligned with the wishes of his fallen savior. Despite not knowing him for so long, in a display of unwavering determination, Zilcrian, Garcillion's embittered prodigy, rallied any remaining loyal souls to join him in the relentless pursuit of justice, vowing to hunt down the perpetrator responsible for his master's demise. In the midst of the Adrene and the Skillian chaos, the man who committed Garcillion's murder possessed knowledge of the amulet's origin and harnessed its power. The immense power within unleashed a cataclysm of dark energy, granting the man formidable strength that could rival Garcillion's. He devised his own solution to the undead, taking control over him. The undead became agents of his profound corruption. His entity became known as Null. As the lifeless horde gained renewed vigor, their insidious presence engulfed Ritcrynia, casting a shadow of despair. The Adrene and Skyhold, though familiar, found themselves outmatched against the relentless menace. Hyperion, still recovering from his own struggles, rose with determination, uniting the nations of the overworld, the realm of the fiery Dreadrumorth, and the ruthless kingdoms of the endless abyss in a desperate attempt to resist against the encroaching darkness. The Dreadrumorth, a realm ablaze with fiery and molten fury, served as the birthplace of the undead, firmly under the iron grip of the Pirate Empire. They called themselves the Horde, a formidable alliance of diverse undead beings, defied Hyperion's authority, wreaking havoc beyond his reach. Within the depths of the endless abyss lie the 9 kingdoms ruled by the enigmatic abyssal lords, masters of the arcane abyssal magic. Their power resides in the mystical crystals, vessels of pure magical essence. This realm is a tapestry of floating islands and an endless sea of void, shrouded in mystery. As the profound arch-enemies of the Pyrans, they view the expanse of the overworld as a relentless battleground. Yet, neither side could claim true victory, for the overworld's fierce retaliation kept them at bay, locked in an eternal struggle. In a display of unparalleled magnificence, the combined might of every dimension waged an epic and all-sparring war against the formidable Null. The battle raged on for countless years, stretching the limits of time itself. as the casualties mounted in the millions on both sides. Noel, cunning and elusive, always managed to slip away whenever the United Dimensions drew near, stroking the flames of frustration within their ranks, while Hyperion, undeterred and unwavering, emerged as the beacon of hope, daring to confront Noel in the heart of combat. As the cinematic battle reached its crescendo, Noel found himself trapped, with nowhere left to flee. The combined forces of the Endless Abyss and the Enigmatic Adrene harnessed their formidable magic to ensnare him. Hyperion, standing at the principle of delivering the final blow, chose a different path. He spared the Noel, subjecting him to a fate shrouded in darkness and torment. The Adrene, in accordance with Hyperion's will, transported him to a desolate and magically fortified prison. Yet, that was the last glimpse of the Adrene ever whispered. Their presence vanished, their portals sealed shut, leaving behind a tainted land steeped in a treacherous magic. The Adrene, forever consumed by bitterness, mourned the loss of Garcillion, their hearts forever scarred. In the aftermath of the war, a somber divide settled upon the factions of the overworld. The Dreadremorth, once fierce adversaries, found themselves waging a wary battle against the relentless forces of the overworld once more. Slowly but surely, they were pushed back into their fiery domain, their flames flickering with a sense of defeat. Meanwhile, within the Abyssal Kingdoms, a civil war raged, tearing at the very fabric of their existence. Amidst the chaos, a rogue Abyssal mage emerged, heralding an invasion that would forever alter their destiny. And as for Hyperion, he remained steadfast in his allegiance to the Skyhold Kingdom, a warrior filled by fear and determination. Throughout the passing centuries, he guided the military and offered wisdom to the leaders who followed their predecessors. His life spanned several remarkable lifetimes.